I saw were rooftops and power lines. And I thought to myself, my God, this is it. Please God, don't let me get fried.
And today, we're examining 10 Daredevil stunts gone horribly wrong.
They come for the drama and the thrill, and in the past 2 days, a string of 3 deadly accidents.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most extreme stunts that didn't go as planned, sometimes resulting in significant injury or death. What do you make of these kinds of stunts? Let us know in the comments below. Caleb Moore's snowmobile accident. Moore was a prominent snowmobile racer who often competed at the X Games, an annual event dedicated to extreme and unconventional sports.
I'm scared.
Yeah!
He was a 4-time medalist, having won 3 bronze and 1 silver in the men's snowmobile. But on January 24, 2013, he suffered a horrific accident when competing in the snowmobile freestyle. Moore landed awkwardly during a backflip and was crushed by his snowmobile.
It happened about 50 feet in front of me. And he kind of laid there for a while, but then he got up, and we all kind of thought, he's okay, it's Caleb. He's indestructible.
While he walked away from the accident, he suffered a heart contusion and soon went into cardiac arrest, at which point his brain didn't get enough oxygen. He remained unconscious and died 1 week after the accident, on January 31st. He was 25 years old.
A year ago, we lost Caleb Moore, and Colton Moore ended up in the hospital. But tonight, Colton Moore takes gold.
Richard Guzman's fall. This professional tightrope walker was a member of the famed Flying Walendas, a group of high-wire stunt performers.
They can overcome any kind of danger, even though their family has been killed. Doing this, they can still go up there and do that.
He was actually the son-in-law of the group's founder, Carl Walenda, having married his daughter Carla.
The man they had followed without question had led them into disaster.
In July 1972, Guzman was performing with the troupe when he accidentally touched a live wire. His 60-foot fall was broken by an attentive police officer, but the damage was done.
The family has not been immune to the tragedy inherent in the dangers of their work. Several Walendas have died or been injured in high-wire falls.
He didn't have a heartbeat, and while a nurse successfully administered CPR at the scene, he passed away in the hospital early the next morning. Joe Bomino's plane jump. A strongman and professional weightlifter, Joe Bomino also served as a movie stuntman. One scene called for him and another stuntman to use just one parachute while they both jumped from a plane. However, no one wanted to participate in the outrageously dangerous endeavor, so Bomino did it with a dummy. Once he landed in a body of water, the extreme winds caught his parachute and dragged him around for roughly half an hour, so he decided to use the dummy as a floating life preserver. While he was hauled around at high speeds and could have drowned, Bomino's quick thinking ensured his survival. Larry Walters' balloon flight. On July 2nd, 1982, people in the U.S. watched in amazement as truck driver Larry Walters took flight over Los Angeles in a lawn chair attached to numerous weather balloons.
Larry Walters had always dreamed of flying a balloon to a faraway place.
While it makes for a spectacular sight, the stunt is extraordinarily dangerous. Walters survived, but the journey was a rocky one. He rose to a surprising height of 16,000 feet and drifted into controlled airspace. To regulate his altitude, he shot several balloons with a pellet gun, but then accidentally dropped it.
The balloon reached 16,000 feet, spotted by 2 astonished airline pilots.
On the way down, he got tangled in an active power line. Walters was fined for his stunt and given a Darwin Award. The chair he used ended up at the Smithsonian's Stephen F. Udvar-Hazy Center, alongside other historic aircraft.
Why a lawn chair?
American ingenuity. Why not a lawn chair?
Yeah.
I mean, it was the best. Believe me, I looked at baskets, and I looked at gondolas, sir, and the lawn chair was the best suited means.
Yeah.
Alain Robert's rappelling incident. Dubbed the French Spider-Man, Alain Robert has garnered fame for climbing skyscrapers without much gear.
On the last 15 meters of the building, unfortunately, there is some grease and there is some oil inside the groove. Then it becomes impossible to jam the right foot.
Naturally, this type of exercise comes with enormous risk, and Robert has encountered his share of challenges and injuries. The scariest accident came on September 29, 1982. His rope failed while rappelling and he fell almost 50 feet.
So you fell 15 meters down, you
Yeah.
brace yourself, you break your wrists,
Yeah.
everything's broken, all the bones, and you hit your head as well.
I lost 45% of my blood.
He sustained numerous broken bones and a dislocated elbow. He was also partially paralyzed and spent nearly 1 week in a coma. He fully recovered and went on to make some of the most remarkable climbs of his career, like scaling the Empire State Building in 1994.
As far as the NYPD is concerned, this is a very serious matter. According to them, he puts himself in danger and other people in danger by doing things like this. So,
Shalinda Nat Roy's zipline accident. This Indian stuntman held a peculiar world record. He had traveled the furthest distance on a zipline using nothing but his own hair. While donning a ponytail, Roy traveled about 270 feet back in 2011. But in April of 2013, he attempted to break his own record by ziplining over West Bengal's Teesta River. While performing the very risky stunt, his hair got caught and he remained dangling above the river for about 45 minutes. Roy had a major heart attack during this time and passed away on the spot. Pavel Kashin's backflip. A stuntman from Russia, Pavel Kashin took an interest in parkour. A discipline popularized through film and television, parkour is often performed on the street without safety equipment. Kashin hailed from St. Petersburg, and in July 2013, he was reportedly performing a stunt on top of a 16-floor apartment complex. He tried to do a backflip on the building's ledge but lost his balance. He didn't survive the ensuing fall. Kashin's friend managed to snap a photo of the final backflip, which was then shared on the internet with the permission of his parents. Evel Knievel's Caesar's Palace stunt. Perhaps the most famous stuntman of his generation, Evel Knievel attained worldwide fame through his exhilarating motorcycle jumps. On New Year's Eve 1967, Knievel attempted his greatest feat yet, a 141-foot jump over the iconic fountains at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas.
What struck me most about the oddity of that day was seeing this unbelievable crowd.
No one had much faith in the event. ABC wouldn't broadcast it live, and Knievel had to fund the filming himself. During the stunt, the bike's speed suddenly diminished.
He made that jump. It just seemed like eternity. He was in the air.
Not having enough power, Knievel crashed badly. He sustained many debilitating injuries, including a concussion, multiple fractures, and a crushed pelvis. Jane Wicker's crash. In June of 2013, Ohio's Dayton International Airport was hosting the Veteran Air Show, which obviously contained lots of airborne stunts.
Well, I actually did that hang down my second time in the air wing walking. So I spent a month on the ground training, and I went up. My first wing walk was my first air show.
As part of the event, stuntswoman and wing walker Jane Wicker was performing alongside her pilot Charlie Schwenker. Wing walking is a dangerous stunt in which people essentially move on a flying airplane.
You know, I think it's more of an adrenaline than a nerve for me at this point. I get concerned when certain things are thrown at me that I'm not, ready for.
Wicker was sitting on the wing of Schwenker's aircraft when something went terribly wrong and the plane plummeted to the ground. It immediately erupted in a fiery explosion, and both Wicker and Schwenker died instantly.
The cause of death for both was multiple trauma due to an accident.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Sean Cunningham's accidental ejection. A pilot for Britain's Royal Air Force, Sean Cunningham was also a member of the Red Arrows, who perform intense aerial stunts.
He was preparing to take off for a formation flight with his colleagues from the Red Arrows, famous the world over for their spectacular stunts.
In November 2011, Cunningham was performing checks before a flight inside his aircraft when the ejection seat suddenly deployed. He was shot over 200 feet from his plane into the air.
Being ejected shouldn't have proved fatal, but the parachute on his seat didn't open.
Unfortunately, the primary safety parachute then malfunctioned, and Cunningham fell to the ground as a result. He was rushed to a nearby hospital, but was soon pronounced dead. The company that manufactured the seat was ordered to pay just over £1 million for the incident.
We have made and will continue to make every effort to make sure that such a tragic accident could never happen again.
Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.